All right, hey everybody, thanks for tuning in again. So a little bit of backstory on me. I went to college for classical percussion. I played a lot of drum set, and ultimately really decided that drum set was the thing I wanted to base most of my career on. But I still really love the concert classical side of percussion things. And in fact, you'll see some from time to time crazy things on my drum set. For example, this fruit basket. I think that's the brand name. I'm just kidding. That was one of the things that I figured out that helped me to at least create some unique ideas was taking some of the content that I learned as a classical percussionist and applying it to drum set. Okay. A lot of times you'll see that this looks like rudiments. This is not like the first time anyone's ever done this, right? You've got drummers like Steve Gadd, who applies a lot of rudiments to his playing. You've got a drummer like Glenn Cochi, who adds a lot of multi-percussion aspects to his playing. Those are probably two of my favorite drummers, and a lot of big reason why is because they add that classical side to their playing, and they're excellent drummers doing it. So here's one idea. Take a snare drum solo, okay? I've got in front of me John S. Pratt's Drum Corps on Parade. It's from the 14, what is this? The 14 Modern Contest Solos for Snare Drum, right? So what I like to do is I'll take solos that I'm, rudimental solos or concert solos really, that I've been working on, and I'll apply them in different ways to drum set. So this is one of the more simple ones that I've done. That doesn't mean it's easy, but I mean just context-wise, it's not incredibly challenging, but there's a lot to it that you can do, right? Playing rudimental snare drumming, I should take all of that back. It's not easy. There's a lot going on. But you can take a lot from a simple idea. So I'm just gonna really focus today by playing maybe the first line. We'll see if I play any more of that, but you'll see what I'm talking about. You can do this for the whole piece, but we're just gonna take the first line, okay? So I'm gonna put it on the screen somewhere. I don't know, here, or here, or here, or here. I don't know. It's gonna be somewhere. Let's take this first line, okay? Okay, so a couple things to point out here, right? So it starts at forte, it crescendos. That means we get louder to fortissimo throughout those 4 bars. Now, you could play this a lot of different ways because you're playing it on your own and you're not playing it for a contest. It's up to you. You can do whatever. So you can start changing things just from the snare drum perspective, right? What if we change the dynamics to make them more extreme? Start a piano and then get louder. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so these ideas are going to start shaping how we play things on the drums. Now, other things to point out. In rudimental drumming, I like to think of the accents as the melody, okay? So the beginning 4 bars, the melody is pretty simple, right? I should be clear. I'm just going to play the accents, okay? I'm just going to play the accents to kind of show you what the melody is like. 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got melody, we've got dynamics, we've also got how we can shape the notes in the phrase, right? So we have in the first measure, we have this figure. That triplet figure at the end, we can make that go somewhere, right? That little piece, we can make that go somewhere within the bigger phrase. Right? So we get some more shape, okay? So we've changed a couple things about it, but we're still playing all the right notes. Now, in here too, is a few different rudiments. I'm seeing a 5-stroke roll, we've got flams, that's basically the 2 rudiments that are featured in this first 4 lines, okay? It's not super crazy or anything yet. So now, how can we apply this to drum set? Well, one thing, if you just want to keep it on the snare drum still, start moving your feet, okay? So add your feet to the mix. Let's say I would just want to play quarter notes. Okay, now that's pretty cool, but you can get even crazier, right? What if I added samba feet? Okay, look, made it a little faster. Let's make it interesting. Okay, that's kind of cool. You have like you could also do like stuff like this. Okay, keep those ostinato figures going throughout. Now, you can also do some pretty neat stuff where you make the bass drum the melody. So remember what I said earlier is that accents are the melody in these kind of things. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add bass drum every time I play an accent. Let's see the left foot involved. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're starting to really incorporate some of the drum stuff. Now, let's take out the snare drum accents, but leave the bass drum accents, okay? I'll take the hi-hat out so it's more clear, okay? That's the idea. Okay, so anyway, so we can start incorporating the bass drum. Now, you can take the same idea and apply it to the toms, right? I should have a music stand here. So now, take that melody idea, move it around the drums. Now we're really cooking with gas, okay? Now we're actually creating some cool melodies. You can change this up, you can make this your own, but this is awesome. Okay? Now, there's no reason that you can't move the non-accented notes to other parts of the drums. So this is where, once you start getting really comfortable with this idea, you can start improvising around all of it. Keep the accents, keep the melody, keep the rhythms, keep all the rudiments. Try to keep those in there, but now, move them around the drum set. Okay, so now we've really changed it. We kept the rhythms intact, we kept the phrasing and the shapes intact, but we changed the melody. We changed how things kind of sounded. There's a lot of different kind of etude books that you can do this for, and it winds up being really cool, especially if you sit on it and get good at it. Okay, so the Pratt book is a great one, this one right here. There's also Deux Etudes, that's the 12 Etudes by Jacques Delacluse, that one's great. There's this book by a drummer named Joseph Tompkins, who he's got 2 volumes of it. He's really big into French-American rudimental drumming, which is this really, really neat, kind of complicated version of rudimental drumming. It's similar to what we've got here, but it uses more 5s, more tricky rhythms. There's some more. It's cool. It's really cool. You can do that stuff in there. There's also the famous Wilcoxon books. Those are great. Rudimental swing solos, I think, is one. I mean, really, you can even use, Anthony Cerrone has a book called Portraits in Rhythm that you can use just as easily as the rest of them, okay? Anything that you can play on the snare drum, you can apply it to the drum set, right? So it's just as simple as you going out there and creating and making your own. I'm a big fan of this, especially for my students, because I believe that, you know, your sound, your vocabulary is a showcase of all the repertoire you've taken in, right? So the more you play with, the more you know, the more you're going to develop your own sound, and that's what's going to make you unique. Okay? As always, make good sounds, play in the center of the drums, have a metronome on, but explore, improvise, have fun with it. This is supposed to be, kind of a creative exercise more than a strict warm-up or anything. Okay? So anyway, that's all for this. Thanks for checking it out. Remember, it really helps if you follow me, if you subscribe to me. I'd love if you'd leave me a comment. Just let me know what you think. Like, was this helpful to you? Like, let's have a conversation. Feel free to message me. I'm on Instagram at nickb_drums. TikTok, I think it's something similar. I'm not super into TikTok yet. But yeah, find me on Instagram. Watch some of my YouTube shorts. Just see if you're getting any value from it. And I'd love to say hey. Okay, just reach out. Thanks.